So this is a starter out of my Dodge Cummins. This is out of my 94. I think they're pretty much the same through like 06 or something. Trying to start my truck the other day. I turn it on start and nothing. You should at least hear the solenoid in here clicking. It's working, but it wasn't. So I was out at my dad's. I didn't really have any tools on me. I went and got my tire iron. I tapped on the housing a few times and then it started up. So the reason that is because the solenoid was sticking. I could have went and bought just like a rebuilt starter or a new starter. I decided instead I went to a website, this place called Larry B's. I think it's like fostertruck.com or something. He's got some upgraded parts here that you don't get in just a regular rebuild. That's why I decided to rebuild it myself. That way I get all the upgrades and it's better than just the stock starter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this took apart, and we'll clean it up and we'll get the upgraded parts put in. First thing I do is take this wire loose. Just take that nut loose. That comes loose, and then you just got 2 bolts here, and this whole motor should come off. So these 2 bolts got a 10mm head. You just pull those out. This whole motor comes out. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the brushes in the motor. I got this. This is a nice brush and brush holders. They'll be going in this. So we gotta take this apart a little further. Just pull on this gear here. The inside of the motor comes out, and your brushes are up in this top piece. I'm gonna take off these 2 Phillips head screws right here. So these screws are a little bit tight. I had to use this tool. It's called an impact driver. You put it on there, hold that still, and then you hit the top of it with a hammer, and it cracks the screws loose when they're being stubborn. So got those 2 loose. Go ahead and remove them. Pick up on that. Here's our brushes. They look pretty worn. So you got 2 of your brushes are on this like ring here. We'll actually have to cut those off. Things are like kind of like welded on. We'll have to cut them off, then you have to solder the new ones on. So might just try to snip them with a pair of pliers. So if you look here, these brushes are pretty wore out. You can see this don't stick out very far at all compared to like this one. This one has at least twice as long. So the springs right now, since there's nothing in here, they're pushing these out as far as they go, and this one is probably barely making contact because there's not much left of it. Whereas this one, it's got a lot of life left in it. All right, so we'll go ahead and solder in these new brushes here. So to get the solder to stick to this copper, you gotta get it pretty hot. I gotta get a soldering iron here, but there's so much copper here, it wasn't able to heat it up enough to where the solder would stick to it. So we're just gonna use my little butane torch here and just kind of heat this copper up until I can put a little bit of solder on it. Then I can probably just use my regular soldering iron, just solder the 2 things together. So all the stock connections are they're all like welded together, so you don't have to worry about like melting them apart or anything. There you go, now it's sticking to it, I think. There. So now I'll go ahead and I got solder on this. Go ahead and just solder the end of these brushes. Alright, we got solder on the wires. You got solder on the copper. Now they should just get together. Yep. Okay, that one is on. Then one more. Now the brushes are soldered on there real secure. We gotta take the armature. I cleaned it up. Then I hit it with a sandblast to clean up this copper some. And now you have to take this and shove it up in here. And then here's the hard part. You gotta hold back. Just try to get like one brush at a time. And get them all, you gotta push them all back and get them to slide over top of the armature. Okay, so I got the armature in there. Now I just have to line up these 2 bolt holes with the cover and then put my 2 screws in. Okay, so that's the starter motor. That is rebuilt, ready to go back in. The next part is, so let's go ahead and take off these 3 bolts here. Looks like it's gonna be 8mm. They actually weren't very tight. I'll just use my screwdriver. Okay, so this here was like a stock rebuild. Those are just stock brushes and normal stuff. This here is your solenoid. This touches on these 2 things here. And the difference is the new ones have a lot more contact area. You can see how they fan out. So that's going to, this is going to come down. There's going to be 2 of these, and that's going to give you a lot better electrical connection. Probably carry more amps and stuff too. So that's gonna, this is the upgraded part here over the stock one. So you just take these 2 lugs loose on either side, this one and this one, and then you can replace these with this one. And then I got my brand new like plunger thing here. Remove this nut. There's a little washer, and then this plastic piece, and then this just pulls out. Take that little bolt out. And then here's the piece. So we're just going to swap in this new one. Bolt back in. Put it back on. That's all there is to it. The brushes come in the kit, and then these 2 pieces, and then you just replace your plunger here. And all the electronics that wear then are pretty much fixed. So there you have it. There's the new contacts in there. I got the old spring on the new plunger. Make sure that moves freely. This should give us a nice connection. Maybe we'll get some more amps to the motor when one of those isn't half eaten off. And you just got the little rubber gasket and the cover. A few screws. We take our new motor, or not our new motor, but our motor with our new brushes, and slide that in. Try to keep it together. There we go. Here we are. And then go ahead and loosen this one up. There we have it. So your big cable will go on here, and your smaller one, and check your teeth. Make sure you don't have any weird wear on your teeth. Mine looks good, so this thing should be ready to rock and roll. Hopefully it fixes my starter problem. I'm sure it will. It's like I said, it wouldn't turn over at all. Then I smack this, and then it would. So it's obviously a bad starter. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.